watching the Batter Fans Network.
The heroes are back. Beards talking balls, rapping pink and black. Coming live from the 305, it's official tissue. The Batter Fan, Chris and Dan, weekly rocking with you. We talk Messi, Boosie, Jordy, Lucho, the Fat Four, to Ben Cram, Noah Ruiz, Fred. What more could you ask for? Tighten up and get ready, listen in on the pod. Solana and X in Espanol, just to even the odds. Breakdowns and gas bagging, join the tribe and just vibe. Free 99, don't forget to like and subscribe. Don't hesitate, say what's up, go ahead and come in. No question about it, I'm ready to get hurt again.
No question about it, I am ready to get hurt again.
Chris, the Heroes are back. Welcome everybody to episode 456 of the Better Heroes podcast. I'm your James Gunn, and alongside me, as always, Mr. KBD. How are you doing, sir?
This is a fantastic morning. I got my cafecito in hand. I'm ready to rock and roll.
You threw the STD my way because my internet is acting up. So it should be an interesting show. You want, yeah, I know. See, yeah, you did it. It's your fault. Promo code Black Friday 25 for 25% off of everything on batteredfans.com. Get your Villains shirt. You know, that's the playoffs Villains shirt and everything else on the website. It's 25% off starting now until next Monday. 25% off with Black Friday 25. Chris, you weren't here. So Sunday, Cincy beatdown. How are you feeling watching the game? We didn't get to hear what your thoughts were.
Listen, I thought it was a freaking amazing game. And I'm just going to say it right now. Mascherano needs to keep his job. Just for the moves that he pulled. I mean, and this is without even getting to the finals here. Like the fact that he sat Luis Suarez. And I think it's a little convenient because this was the result of Nashville basically snitching on us. And now here we are where finally he made the move that everybody wanted. It panned out perfectly. I mean, we ever since Silvetti started, we knew he was like he is the guy. Like not the guy in the sense of Suarez, but he's that kind of guy.
Well, he's only 19.
Well, yeah, and that's the thing. Like he's only 19, so imagine what he's gonna be when he's 22. He's gonna be a killer.
Yeah, no, it looked really good. Sveti has looked really good in the last two games. We've won 8-0 in aggregate against Nashville, which is one of the better defensive teams in the league, and then against Cincinnati, which is also a top defensive league. And then everybody's saying Danny Buffer. Yeah. Chris managed to fix his internet and completely threw whatever it was at me.
Well, I didn't. So it wasn't the internet, Danny. It was my computer. I told you it was the whole Roblox situation. I revamped my computer, like complete reset. So now I'm pretty good so far. So I mean, 89.
I considered restarting my Wi-Fi, but then I got people over here saying that we made them wait to start. So I was like, I can't keep. It's going to take me an extra 5-10 minutes to restart my Wi-Fi. So I decided to just have at it. And look, it's not working out very well. But let's keep going. So
do you want to restart it real quick?
Yes.
Yeah, this is awful. This is terrible, guys. Do you want to yeah, so Danny's gonna go ahead and get that restarted. And I mean, Ghost Media Productions here saying Danny got that McDonald's connection. Listen, there's a McDonald's right across the street from him. So I wouldn't be surprised if he's connected to the McDonald's Wi-Fi. That wouldn't be surprising to me. Muhammad says, change the iPhone, Danny, kind of like what I did. Yup, Chukatu, GG's for Danny. GG's in the chat. The loner asking, did I watch the watch? I watched the game and I watched the watch after the game. So it was an amazing game. I guess I'll just talk about what my experience was. Andy Cribbs laughing at Danny. So I mean, look, Andy, you're asking for a lot of losses. You're not getting them, but now you got this one. You got the Danny loss to the internet. No, I wasn't out of town, Jay Stubbs. I had family things that I had to take care of, and my daughter just came in from college. So, we need to spend some family time. Yes, and it was tough to beat Cincinnati, and it's just surprising because if you think about it, in the beginning, they put out this tifo of the three players of Brenner, Evander, and Denke, and they basically were ghosts. I mean, I don't know what those things were supposed to be like, killers in the night or whatever. And the loner, look, I wasn't expecting us to lose, but like I think everybody was kind of nervous about this matchup. Nothing was leaning our way. If you really think about it, Cincinnati as a matchup historically has been awful for us, especially when we play in Cincinnati. So I know everybody was hopeful. The expectation is we'd win, but if you looked at the numbers are going to tell you that there's a slight possibility, a little bit higher than slight possibility, that we were going to lose. So, and I'm not going to write a letter, the loner. I mean, look, you're asking me if I'm going to do an apology letter for Allende. I'm not going to write a letter because he consistently during the season was not great. He turned it on in the playoffs. So shout out to Allende, because in the playoffs, he's been a master of disaster. And on top of that, you have Allende that's contributing, has his 2 goals, right? Let me just take a look at the timeline here. So you got Allende has 2 goals, right? And he does it on one-on-one situations, drops his balls, and finally scores, right? On top of that, to me, like I said, Mascherano deserves his flowers too, because he made the decision of starting Silvetti instead of Suarez. Now, do I think that Suarez is someone that is like, oh, we don't start him anymore? I don't know. That's another tough decision to make for Mascherano. But speaking of the game in particular, right, the plan worked perfectly. You had Messi as the false 9, Silvetti and Allende to the sides of him, and they both can be able to streak up the field and open it up for the team. Baltasar was working centrally, which is something that we've been talking about with Baltasar for a while, right? You don't want him at the wing, even though he could be a winger. And this is another thing. I was listening to the post-game show. Yam Fu is saying Falcon was on fire. I'm actually surprised that he was the worst ranked player, because he played a phenomenal defense. The only thing that really was threatening, I mean, you're coming back, but you'll probably crap out a little bit from your cross the street McDonald's Wi-Fi again, Danny. But look, Noah Allen in the first 15, 20 minutes, I'm not going to lie, I kind of agree with Solana. Even though he played great defense later on in the game, Noah Allen was getting bullied. Like that play with Allende when he scored the ball and he bullied the guy that got Messi's jersey, that was straight bully ball. That's the kind of stuff that we were anticipating from Allende, Danny. He, just like you said on the post game, he's with the way that Messi's been setting him up, we should have gotten him to the Golden Boot race.
Yeah.
Playing like that. So listen, Pedri Potter, I just want to say he is one of the best, if not the better CBs in the team, but he got bullied. And this is the real deal. The que penas go to Evander, Denke, and Brenner. Absolutely.
Well, I think and that's why I gave it to that post game, because I thought, and great for us, right? Because I want us to win, but I thought they played horrible. They were supposed to be pressing us high, and I felt like we were just kind of just easing by them. Like there was no pressure from them after the first 15 minutes.
Shout out to Jason Luna screaming it to the people in the back. People glazing Allende, 1 to 2 goals should be the average for someone at his level playing with who he has next to him. Again, I mentioned this, and Danny mentioned this in the post game. With the amount of supply that's been provided to him, like, he should be averaging this on a consistent basis.
I don't know, 1 to 2 goals a game is pretty crazy, but I will tell you that people are so quick. Like, I remember the post game, I saw comments in the chat like, "Oh, that's it. Are we gonna apologize to Allende?" It's like, Jesus Christ, he had like a bad year. Are we gonna just act like that didn't happen? It's not like we were out here just like, "Oh my God, this guy sucks," even though he's playing well. Like, no, we just call it how we see it. He's played poorly all year, so we talk shit about him all year. He's playing well now. We're giving him his flowers. Thank God, this is when you're supposed to play well. The games matter now. These are elimination games, and he's showing up when it matters. Good shit. Do I trust him moving forward? No, because he hasn't been consistent. But I'll give him that. He has showed up. He made that crucial run to give Messi that opportunity to get that header in the first goal. So yes, he's playing very well now, and I'm glad. But that doesn't take away the fact, because people want to be like, "Oh my God, you were talking shit, and he wasn't that bad." No, he had a bad year. I don't care what the numbers say. If you watch the games instead of just looking at the stats, he had a bad year.
Yeah. And 89J Stubbs is bringing a point up. I don't know. I don't necessarily agree. He says, I think he has more space without Lewis out there, just saying. I think I'm going to have to disagree with this, because if there's anything that I think Luis Suarez is really good at, is being a mind of the game and creating spaces where there's not. And look, Allende is the one-trick pony. Like, all he has is space around him.
The loaner saying a bad year. He was decent. Okay, you want to say he was decent?
Oh my gosh.
I think he was bad.
Yeah, but look, and then his next comment is he literally has 20 plus goals. Like, but that's now.
Look, if you want to take the last 2 games, is that he scored a few, and then the first 3 or 4 games of the season, like he had like 5 or 6 games where he got a ton of goals. But they've played 56 games all year, I think it is. Like, loaner, if you want to be that simple at the way you look at things and be like, well, in these 3 and these 2 games, he scored like 11 goals. So because of those 5 games and 11 goals, and then the other 4 games, he had like 8 or 9, that sounds like a good year. If that's a good year to you, then fine. Everybody's entitled to their opinion. My opinion is that the majority of the game, he was more frustrating than good. I thought he missed a lot of opportunities. So I'm not going to go ahead and say that he had a good year. That's that simple. But when he has good games, it's not like we come out here and like, no, that wasn't a good game. No, I said he had a great game this past Saturday. It's not like I'm coming out here and just talking crap.
Exactly. Trugutu saying stop hating on Allende, support him. We look, he gets his flowers when he gets his flowers. He's
just that people come out here and they're like,
he's been playing phenomenal in the playoffs.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And he deserves his flowers. He finally is actually putting pen to paper in the playoffs. So, I mean, I get it, loaner. It's decent. Okay, fine. That's okay.
Yep.
That's okay. And it's got us to the Eastern Conference Finals.
First time in history, obviously very short history, is like 6th year now. So very, very, very cool. And the best part of making it to the Eastern Conference Finals is that we will be hosting NYCFC at home, because they went ahead and they beat Philadelphia. Now, I always thought that Philadelphia wouldn't make it to the Eastern Conference Finals. I told Chris this, that we would host the Eastern Conference Finals if we made it. But I thought that Philadelphia might lose to Chicago. I didn't think that they would lose to NYCFC once Alonso Martinez went down. But, they pulled it off. And thank you, NYCFC, because now we get to attend the Eastern Conference Finals game.
And shout out to Ghost Media Productions with a 099 Super Slam here for your boys. Much appreciated, Ghost.
Absolutely. All right.
Let's see.
So I was saying on Twitter yesterday, and No Campesito said it's not a big deal. It isn't a big deal, but I feel like it should be said, right? There's 2 teams in the league that we've struggled with. One we talk about more than the other because it was so recent in last year's playoffs. But Atlanta, we've always struggled with for whatever reason. Obviously, we got eliminated by them, and then in the regular season, they're the first team to beat Messi at home. Like, we've just struggled with them. Okay. And then the other team, which nobody really ever talks about, is NYCFC. We've always struggled against NYCFC. We've beaten them twice in our history. Once, that Pozuelo masterclass. I don't know if you guys remember when Pozuelo took off his shirt and ran to the corner when he scored that game-winning goal. So that's the first time we ever beat them. And then the second time we ever beat them was the last time we played them, which I believe we kicked their ass, actually. But so we've only beat them twice. So I'm not saying that also we're worried, but it's something that we should point out. There's a couple teams that always are thorn on your side, and NYCFC is one of them for us.
So I'll point it out after 89 J Stubbs with the 499 Super Slams here. Says Chris, not saying you're wrong, but with Lewis and Messi, they like to play 1-2s. It just seems we are way more direct, and he's not having to defend much. I mean, that's the beautiful thing that you get with that kind of chemistry, right? Those kind of players playing with each other, they know where they're going to be before they even get there. It's like a mind game, Like, I mean, Danny, you and I played basketball for a long time. Like, we kind of know where we're going to be at certain places. Like, that's what you get with chemistry and people that have played with each other. Yeah. And that happens. And that's a big plus that you get that doesn't show up on the stat sheet. So now one thing I do want to mention is, like you said, we only have 2 wins historically against NYCFC. Pozuelo, our 10 before our 10 got here, was part of one. And then the last time, like you mentioned, we won 4-0. We won 4-0, and that was at home, I believe.
One of those losses to NYCFC was at a friendly in November after the season was over back in 2023 when Messi first got here, where we celebrated the Balón de Oro, the Balón de Oro or the Oro night, or whatever they called it. And it was just a friendly against NYCFC. And we lost the friendly where it was like a night dedicated to Messi for his Balón de Oro, and we lost that game also. Like, NYCFC has been a big pain in the ass to us. To start this season, we started the year against NYCFC this year. It was the first game of the season. And I don't know if you guys remember, Toto Avila's got that red card. We ended up drawing that game. So they've been a pain in the butt. But I don't feel worried. They are injured. I think they might be complacent at the fact that they made it all the way to these conference finals. And we're playing at home. We're a great home team. So I feel good. But, needless to say, NYCFC has been a thorn in our side.
Well, if there's anything to say, we've been trending towards the right direction. Because if I look at us historically, we've been getting our asses kicked by NYCFC basically all of our lives up until 2024 in March. We tied against them. 2024 in September, tied 1-1. February of 25, gotten 4 ties, 3 ties, I'm sorry, and then a win in the last. Did you get what I said or no?
You were in and out. My internet's crapping out. Restarting the Wi-Fi didn't help. Yeah.
Well, I basically mentioned that in the last 4 games, we've tied 3 times and then we won.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, we were the better team this year in both games. We kicked their ass the first time in the first game of the season. That red card, we drew with 10 men. So
yeah.
And it was in between 2 CCC games.
Yeah.
All right. Starting 11, same, right? That doesn't change.
Yeah, I think that the starting 11 has to stay the same. I mentioned in the beginning, because Javier Mascherano deserves the flowers too for not starting Luis Suarez. I think at this point, you got to hit him with the Rocco deal. We started with Rocco, we end with Rocco. Now we got to start with Silvetti, and I think proceeding forward with Silvetti. And it's a little tactical too, though, Danny, because if you think about it, if this goes into extra time, bringing on Luis Suarez isn't that much of a big deal. It's not that bad of a choice.
No, and I give the example of Gareth Bale in the 2022 final where he was coming off the bench and then he came in for extra time and he scored the biggest goal in LAFC history. So having somebody with that class coming in late in the game isn't a horrible thing at all. Mascherano, has he done enough to save his job, or does he need to make it to at least the MLS Cup final?
So I said in the beginning, very knee-jerkingly, that he's locked his job up. I do think that it's huge that he sat somebody like Luis Suarez. I think it does show that he's willing to make that kind of choice when it matters. Obviously, I think the easier answer is he needs to win us a chip before we can lock him in. But
I think if he wins on Saturday, I think he gets locked in.
Yes, I think so as well. Because I mean, now you made it to the dance.
Yeah, I agree. I think that we're like, and the title of the show is the MLS Cup goes through Miami, because if Miami beats NYCFC, like they should, the MLS Cup final will be in Miami, no matter if it's Vancouver or San Diego, which San Diego is hosting Vancouver. So Vancouver now has to win 2 road games to make it. I would love to see Vancouver just because I want a little payback. It would be interesting to see San Diego. History-making team, because not since the Chicago Fire in their inaugural season in '98 has a team made it this far as an expansion team. So very interesting what San Diego did this year. But Miami hosts the final no matter what.
I mean, imagine that matchup: Inter Miami versus San Diego dos Santos.
Who had San Diego and Franco Negri?
Ooh, and Chris McVeigh? What? Lock it up.
That's wild. I don't think anybody, and I'm pretty sure, not even people in San Diego had San Diego possibly in the final of the MLS Cup. That's wild. The season they had.
Good. They're a good team, man. That's a team. Guys. That's a team.
Yeah.
That's right. Dos Santos is injured. He had the whole concussion deal. So like he's out. I didn't see the game yesterday.
Messi, absolute class. 25 goals in the last, 7 games, was it? Or I forgot. The stat's been going around. It's 25 goals in the last 5 or 7 games, and then 22 of those were goal contributions from Messi. Like the man is playing out of his mind. Everybody that says, "Oh, you can't just rely on one guy," well, in the history of the game of football, if you are going to rely on one guy, Messi is probably that guy. And guess what? We have Messi.
I mean, that's the thing. Like everybody talks like, oh, Inter Miami depends on Messi or Messi is the team. I mean, I don't know if you guys know, but when you have like the greatest player that's played the sport on your team, it typically works that way. Like he's not just like a piece. It's like, oh, let's strategize it. Let's make him. No, he is the guy. I'm sorry. Yeah. Unfortunately, that's just how it pans out. All of you guys that hate Inter Miami because Messi's here, go eat a bag. And that's just what it is. You guys wish you had him and you don't. So now you hate. Kick rocks.
And shout out to Kevin Hernandez. Is the final still in Miami? Yes, the final will be in Miami no matter what. Obviously, if Miami beats NYCFC, they play in Miami no matter what. So the Eastern Conference final is Saturday at 6 p.m. and the final will probably be the following Saturday. I don't know what the start time would be, but yes, that is when the games will be, and they will both be in Miami, which would be a beautiful way to close out Chase Stadium.
And there's people mentioning in the comments that we talk about Noah Allen and not Messi. Like we talk about Messi, but at the same time, I want you guys to remember this is an Inter Miami show. We do cover the team holistically. So there are other players that do have an effect on this game, on this team's trajectory. So like we have to mention them too, but like Messi is the guy.
Has this been Messi's hottest run since he's been here? because I remember there was the month of May in 2024, I think it was, where he went crazy, where he had that 6-goal contribution game, I think on your birthday against the Red Bulls. Like, he's had some good runs, but the last 4 or 5, maybe 6 games,
Yes.
I think has been the craziest run he's had since he's been in Miami.
I think that you could build a case for that. I think definitely because of the simple fact that he's had so many goal contributions, that literally is the key factor in him being the result of our success directly in that fashion.
Now, I will tell you one thing that I'm looking forward to. He has 800. Well, first of all, congratulations on 1,300 goal contributions. That's freaking crazy. But he has 896 goals, 400 goals away from 900 for his career. I need to ask you, Chris. I need you to find on the Hard Rock app where I can bet that he'll get to 900 during the MLS Cup final. Because I have a feeling that how perfect it is. You shut down Chase Stadium.
I'm
And
gonna
I'm
look
getting
for
ahead of myself, but I'm hypothetical world, okay? Hypothetically, you shut down Chase Stadium with possibly a MLS Cup win. Messi gets that trophy that we've been waiting for, and he hits 900 goals all in that same game. Ah, man, I'm getting excited. I hope that I'm not putting the horse before the cart or the cart before the horse, but man, that would be nuts to get that 900th goal during the MLS Cup final and then win the MLS Cup final in the final game of Chase Stadium. Technically, oof, goosebumps.
So I haven't found it. I haven't found it anywhere. But shout out to Ghost Media Production. He says, "Look, let's get into the meat and potatoes here with Silvetti. We have legs and good ball game. Allende is a gamble. Suarez is IQ and experience. Listen, Ghost Media, couldn't have said it better myself. Guaranteed."
Well, one thing that I love about Svetti and Allende out on the wings is that the verticality was always on the right side, right? Like whenever we went vertical, it was always finding Allende on the right side. Now we have Baltasar Rodriguez playing ahead of the double pivot of Busquets and Rodrigo de Paul, and it feels like Rodrigo de Paul was spraying the ball out to either Baltasar, and he was spreading it out wide, or Baltasar himself was finding out wide, and then Messi playing as a false 9 is almost like the position for him because he's positionless, and he just gets to float around above the box. He gets to go wide. He can do whatever he wants. This team right now, with the way they're playing, I'm having a hard time seeing anybody beat them, especially at home. The team has gotten into form at the perfect time, and then I don't think it's any coincidence that Svetti finally being healthy and playing with us consistently for a few games has been one of the catalysts for the turnaround.
Well, and I think that Baltasar has a huge potential that I think hasn't been unlocked fully because of the simple fact that they throw him at the wing sometimes. Like, I think we said it in the beginning after seeing him play a couple games, him playing in sort of a central role. Same thing with Segovia. Both of those two, somebody's going to get the boot out the door because one of those two are going to take like full effect next year. Because those two, you see them when they work centrally, it's a beautiful thing.
No, I agree. And then, Danny, did you notice Alba wasn't pushing? The loner commented, Danny, did you notice Alba wasn't pushing up like before Svetti? Yeah. And then when he did make those overlapping runs, they were impactful. They were calculated. That first goal, Svetti made an overlapping run as Alba was running near post, I believe. So he ran near post while Svetti made that cross, and then Allende did also. And look, they're playing great off of each other, and Jordi Alba the need isn't as high for him to contribute on that left flank because you now have Svetti creating on that side. So that's great. Jordi Alba can stay back a little in a more defensive stance. And things are just this 11 is just looking really good. And you know what my favorite thing about this 11 is? That with this starting 11 at the moment, off the bench, you have Luis Suarez, you have Yannick Bright, you have Delasco Segovia. These are players coming off of the bench. Toto Aviles, which obviously you count on him making a boneheaded play.
He's
but
a
he
good
is
defender.
Defensively. And then you have either Chelo or Frey, one of those two starting and the other one coming off the bench. Like that's 5 deep coming off the bench. Like, I don't know if there's another team in the MLS. You can talk about Vancouver, whatever you want, as much as you want. There's no other team that is that deep where you're looking at their bench and you have people like Luis Suarez, Telasco Segovia coming off the bench. And then not to mention Fafa Picot with his legs, even though he never gets used. But if you want to go vertical, you have the vertical legs of Fafa Picot also. And I'm talking, and that's the 6th man off the bench. Like, this team is deep. And we should beat NYCFC this weekend because this team is looking like they are cooking with grease.
Can I give a shout out to the loner? I need a round of applause if you could just punch it in real quick, Danny. I need you to put a round of applause for this comment right there. Yep, that one right there. The loner, you deserve a round of applause. Shout out to you, and everybody in the chat's got to give some respect. You got to do that.
To be clear, that is my internet because I clicked on the cheer and I just got nothing but booze.
Oh my goodness.
There it is.
There we go. The loner gets a round of applause there. Says, I started supporting Inter Miami for Messi and now I'm in love with this team. Listen, we've met and spoken to a lot of people that have done the same. And to be perfectly honest, I think it's a great thing. I think it's great because it does help this sport grow in the United States. And look, I'm not the most knowledgeable in this sport, but watching it closely has helped me to understand it better. And typically in the United States, we're not like huge football fans. So I think it's a fantastic thing. And I think as long as we're humble with how we speak to each other, instead of, Pedri sometimes comes across a little harsh, but I think everybody, as long as we can be able to communicate and understand the sport better, I think it's a fantastic thing. Good for you.
Pedri, just so you know, you live rent-free in Chris's mind.
No, absolutely. I think about this guy at least 4 hours a day. The other day I was on the phone with Danny. I'm like, bro, we haven't seen Pedri in a while, man. I fucking miss the guy. I love
and that's
Pedri.
a fact. He really did say that. Pedri, you have found a nice little efficiency somewhere in Chris's brain, and you're just chilling out there. Next to the Yannick Bright efficiency.
Yes. Listen, I love criticism. I think criticism is an amazing thing. But I think constructive criticism is better. And Pedri, 7 out of 10 times doesn't have that.
This is an interesting take right here.
It's my birth. While I'm away, I'm typing.
The loner, did you guys hear the rumors about the new signings? You know what? I saw some rumblings about that, but I'm gonna be very honest with you. Once I saw it, I didn't even read into it. It's so early, like we're still in the playoffs. I don't want to hear about signings just quite yet, just because it won't take effect until January, February. So I just want to focus in on right now. So I know that there were rumblings, but I didn't look into it in detail because I don't know. I don't want to think about next year yet.
Shout out to Disa Danny. He was just on the show with Danny doing the Heat podcast, guys. If you're a fan of the Heat, check out Batter Heat Fans real quick. And before you do, like and sub here real quick. Okay, guys? We're trying to get to 4K.
We're trying to get to 4K before the playoffs are up. We have 2 weeks to do it, so I don't know if we'll make it. We're missing like 50 subscribers, but maybe. And also batterfans.com. I think I mentioned it earlier, but I don't know if I was like coming in and out, but just real quick, batterfans.com, promo code Black Friday 25 if you want to get your playoff villain shirt or any other shirt on the website. A bunch of shirts there from all Miami teams and just a bunch of other just cool stuff. So just make sure that you go 25% off from now until next Monday.
And it's being asked here by MG's science department, is this conference title, final title, is an official silverware?
No,
I mean,
it is not.
It's not
it's
like
called the conference final, but it's not.
Yeah.
No, it's not.
And
it's only
yeah, go ahead. Sorry, Danny.
No, it's okay. I was just going to say that as far as the MLS Cup playoffs go, it's only the MLS Cup final that's the trophy.
Hey, look at the question. Loner's asking, what's our strategy against NYCFC? And Pedri Potter, who's got a loft in my mind, says, give the ball to Messi. Right on.
You know what's funny
I
is
do
that
think that it's an actual trophy, though, Danny. Eastern
no, it's not.
Conference.
No, it doesn't count as official silverware. Um, oh, I just lost my train of thought. Oh, where
About
somebody
Mascherano.
somebody commented the other day on here. They said something and they ended their comment with, "Oh, and Manny still sucks." Manny, my cousin, the NYCFC fan. So, funny enough, Manny watched. He saw that. He thought it was funny. And then when NYCFC beat Philadelphia, he said, let me get on so I can help you preview NYCFC since everybody thinks I suck. So, we might have a new NYCFC guest to talk NYCFC. My cousin Manny, he has this stupid NYCFC tattoo on his arm. He'll probably come with a sleeveless shirt to show that stupid thing off. So, yes. So look forward to Manny Sucks, aka my cousin Manny, might be on here to preview NYCFC.
So we got Ghost Media Productions 499 Super Slam says Frey over Cello any day. Cello is overrated but a good sub. I agree with that. Frey has took the starter keys. Messi passes more with Frey than Cello. Frey pushes the ball forward. And he does. And so does Rodrigo de Paul. Rodrigo de Paul, if you look at it, plays way better on the pitch with Frey than he does with Cello.
I have a couple people here saying that FIFA recognizes that as a trophy. I doubt it. I mean, maybe it says that on the website. I doubt it. That there's no trophy. You haven't won anything. You didn't win. Like, you didn't win anything. That's just the semifinal to the final. So, no.
Mascherano.
We'll wait till afterwards. Maybe, but I don't think so.
Are you buying in on Mascherano, Danny?
I think he's gotten better throughout the year. I mean, look, he did
that's what you want out of your manager.
Right. Look, my thing with Mascherano was a young coach or a young manager has growing pains because they're doing this job for the first time, right? Because he had never coached a club team. So I thought that this wasn't the right job for a win now team. That was my gripe. Could he grow to be a good coach? Maybe, but that takes time. And I didn't think that this team had the time to go through growing pains. They needed to win now. And we've seen the growing pains. This wasn't a perfect season. There was a point in May where everybody was like, oh my God, the world's on fire. Everybody upset that they didn't win the Champions Cup. People upset that they didn't win Leagues Cup. Like, this hasn't been perfect, but he's been improving. And now with this last game, with the move of Sveti over Suarez, like, you start seeing it, right? That we're playing the more traditional 4-3-3 with the false nine. Like, things are changing. So, and look, the Uftari coming out for Rocco, like, those are all moves that he made and he's kept on with. Like, not many managers have the balls to change their goalie with like 2 games left in the regular season and to stick with it through the playoffs. And Uftari's healthy. So I think he's growing into his own. Am I 100% sold on him? Not necessarily, but I do think that he has grown and he has gotten better as the years gone on. My thing was having a young coach and a new coach for a win-now team was a rough go. And I think it showed throughout the season, but it's starting to pay dividends now towards the end, now that he's starting to get accustomed to it. And, let's see. If we can make it to the Cup final, I think that he's a shoo-in for the job again next year.
Well, and Kim Axel is saying RDP is doing great too.
Absolutely.
Which he's picking it up at the right time.
Everybody is.
And Summer Sunshine with a good comment. I'm a crazy Messi fan. However, I will continue to support. I'm from Michigan. Even if Michigan has a team, I will continue with Miami. With Messi being part of this club, it continues to grow. Let's go. This is fantastic. This is fantastic.
And I hope that you stick around here, Summer Sunshine, for all our content. We throw stuff out here 4 to 5 times a week, and we have a good time. So before Messi, we were having a good time. During Messi, it's been even funner. It's been a great time. And then after Messi leaves, I know a lot of people said that they're here for Messi, but hopefully a lot of you guys stick around because we will continue having fun. And and Miami isn't going anywhere. All right, Chris, I think we've covered just about everything. I know that
Yes,
you have
sir.
to work today. I don't know if you have time to do a Battered MLS fan show today.
We'll have to see. We'll have to see.
Okay, so I won't even promote it then. So, all right. Any final words there, Chris?
No, man. I'm looking forward to the preview this week, and we got a lot of stuff to unpack this week. It's going to be pretty eventful.
Absolutely. It's going to be fun. It's going to be fun. If you're listening on audio, appreciate you listening all the way to the end. Please leave us 5 stars, comment, review, all that good stuff. If you're watching on YouTube, thank you for watching all the way to the end. Please like, subscribe, share, tell your friends. And for those of you in the chat, as always, you guys are the best part of the show. We appreciate you guys hanging out with us for the last 41 minutes. And shout out to Kim Exo for the support for the $10 Super Slam. I was watching all the Miami podcasts today, and this show gets the most views. Oh, okay, that's cool. I appreciate that. I hope that we get the most views because people genuinely like us, and not just because it was an accident that we just randomly popped up on the screen. Because what we want is people to keep coming back, right? We don't want it to just be an accident. We have fun with you guys. I think, and we have fun with each other, and then just a good time here talking into Miami and all things Herons.
You still want her to attend?
Anthony asked us to read his comment. Say, hey fellas, how are you today? I have some good news. I'm bringing another hair fan into the world soon. My sister is about to have another baby. Congratulations. We're not sure when it's going to happen today, though. Congratulations. It's such a beautiful thing.
I was going to hit the cheer button, but the last time I did that, it ended up working against me. So I ain't trying to get – I'm not trying to
get your baby booed.
I don't want to get, infant booze. That's a rough way to come into the world. You come into a bunch of booze. So I will give you just the regular clap because that was rough. Shout out to Lona. I didn't mean to boo you. I think that's it, Chris. I don't think we have anything else to touch on. You'll be at the game on Saturday?
Hopefully. My daughter's still here from college, so I can't guarantee that. It's not a lock.
I am not the type of person to boo a baby. I promise. That's why I didn't do it. And then Kevin Hernandez. Shout out to Kevin Hernandez. Get this to 10K subscribers. Hey, I would love that. Let's start with 4,000. We're still a couple long.
From your mouth to God's ears. Let's get that done.
Chris, what are we doing if we win the MLS Cup? I know. I'm waiting for the chat to say don't jinx it. But in a hypothetical world, what do we do if we win it?
I mean, we're literally gonna go party on Biscayne, no?
Well, that's the thing.
There's
the post game is gonna be the post game might start 3 or 4 hours after the game's over. I'm not coming on.
No,
here.
I mean we're gonna be doing
it.
Yeah, we're gonna be doing the post game at 3 in.
Yeah. If we win it all, I'm having a ball out there. Yeah. Oh, and then when do you have a dog? I thought you had cats.
Well, I have a dog right. Honey.
When did I do that last time, Lona? I did it against Nashville. How did that work out? And again, I said hypothetical in a hypothetical world. I forgot what I was going to say. Have you heard of Live Like Bella?
I think I've heard of that show. It's
it's somebody that I just found out about the story a couple weeks ago. A really nice story. They had a TED Talk that I was listening to, and it was from a while ago. It's like a foundation. Well, let me not get too into it because I don't want to misspeak. But I just heard about it a couple weeks ago. Very cool. Live Like Bella. If you haven't already, make sure you gotta check that out. And I know that we're going long. I know Chris has to go to work. So, Chris, you already gave your final words. Chat, appreciate you guys. You guys are awesome. If you haven't already, like and subscribe. And we'll be back on tomorrow night to talk about NYCFC, possibly with the scumbag that is Manny. So until the next one, have a good one.